Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Huntington Learning Center's Reading Adventure Reading Live series. My name is India, and I work with children and families all across the country to help them get the best education possible. I am so glad that you joined us today. This is Reading Live, and what we do is on Mondays and Wednesdays, we have stories for students read out loud. On Mondays, we have stories for students that are in kindergarten through third grade. And on Wednesdays, we have stories for kids that are in fourth and fifth grade. So welcome back today. If you've been here before, if not, if it's your first time visiting us, welcome. Again, my name is India. We're going to be reading from a book today called Sideways Stories from Wayside School. Now, this is an interesting book, and I've been reading from this the last several Wednesdays. The idea behind this book is that Wayside School is a very, very different school. Instead of having 30 classrooms on one floor, like most schools would, this particular school was built incorrectly. And so this school has got classes that are 30 stories up in the air, one class on every story. And all of these stories are from the class at the very top of the building on the 30th floor, Mrs. Jewell's class. There's a lot of crazy kids in this class and some pretty funny stuff that happens with them. So today we're going to be reading the story Marisha. Marisha is a character that we read about in another story earlier this month or earlier in the readings. And so we're going to hear a little bit more about her specifically today. All right, so let's get started. Marisha liked ice cream. She was sweet and pretty and could beat up any boy in Mrs. Jewell's class. Everybody liked Marisha except Kathy. But then she didn't like anybody. Marisha only liked ice cream. Every day, Marisha bought an ice cream cone to school and kept it in her desk until lunchtime. At first, she bought chocolate ice cream every day, but she soon tired of chocolate ice cream. So she started bringing vanilla. But then she got tired of vanilla too. Then she got tired of strawberry, fudge ripple, butter pecan, pistachio, and burgundy cherry in that exact order. And then a terrible thing happened. Marisha got tired of ice cream altogether. By that time, her desk was a mess and everything in it was super sticky. I can imagine it is if she brings an ice cream cone in the morning and waits until lunch to eat it. I would think that it would be super sticky and a mess at that point. Everybody liked Marisha, but Marisha didn't like anything. Mrs. Jewell hated to see Marisha unhappy. I don't understand it, Mrs. Jewell cried Marisha. There just aren't any good flavors anymore. So Mrs. Jewell worked all night. The next day, she brought in a new flavor of ice cream for Marisha. It was Marisha flavored ice cream. Everybody will like it, thought Mrs. Jewell, because everybody likes Marisha. Here you are, Marisha, said Mrs. Jewell. Marisha flavored ice cream. Have you ever heard of ice cream that's flavored after somebody? I haven't. I wonder what that tastes like. What would India ice cream taste like? Everybody gathered around as Marisha tasted it. They hoped she'd really like it. Marisha took a lick. Well, said Mrs. Jewell. Marisha took another lick. Well, asked the class. This ice cream has no taste, said Marisha. It doesn't taste bad, but it doesn't taste good. It doesn't taste like anything at all. Mrs. Jewell was heartbroken. Here, let me try it, said Todd. He tasted it. You're crazy, Marisha, he said. This is the best tasting ice cream I've ever eaten. Try some, Dee Dee. It's delicious, said Dee Dee. It's so sweet and creamy. She passed it around the room. Oh, it is so good, said Leslie. Well, I think it tastes terrible, said Kathy. I don't understand it, said Marisha. I don't taste a thing. Mrs. Jewell slapped herself in the face. Oh, I've made a big mistake, Marisha. Of course you can't taste anything. It's Marisha flavored ice cream. It's the same taste you always taste when you're not tasting anything at all. So the next day, Mrs. Jewell brought in Joe flavored ice cream. Marisha liked it. So did everybody else, but Joe thought it had no taste. Everybody liked Marisha, Marisha only liked Joe. The following day, Mrs. Jules brought in Ron flavored ice cream. Ron thought it had no taste, but again, everybody else loved it. Everybody liked Marisha. Marisha only liked Joe and Ron. By the end of the month, Mrs. Jules had brought in 27 new flavors of ice cream, one for each member of the class. Everybody liked Marisha, and Marisha liked everybody. They all tasted so good. All except Kathy, that is. Kathy flavored ice cream tasted a little bit like old bologna. Everyone still agreed that Marisha flavored ice cream was the best, except Marisha. She liked Todd ice cream, the absolute best of all of them. This turned out to be a problem. Every once in a while, Marisha would just try to take a bite out of Todd's arm in order to get that very special flavor. Todd ice cream was absolutely the best. All right, guys, kind of a crazy story today. Imagine having ice cream that's supposed to taste like somebody that you know. That would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? Yeah. And that's the way everything is at Wayside School. Everything is weird. That's why they're called sideways stories. So next week, we're going to be reading Paul from Wayside School, and we're going to hear all about him. We've heard about Paul a little bit in some of the other stories, but he just had a little small part. So next week, we're going to be featuring Paul just all on his own. All right, guys, I hope you had a good time. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember to come back on Monday. We're going to have stories for students in kindergarten through third. And next Wednesday, another story from Wayside School. Going to be on Paul for students that are in 4th and 5th grade. Remember to use the hashtag Huntington Reading Adventure this week for your chance to win a gift card. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody.